It's the spirit of Easter, and I'm going to give you a surprise video to explain to you what it's like sitting in my squeaky chair and watching the crowd's emotions swing. Now, the best example I'm going to use, friends, is Hex with the recent eHex debacle, but you can also use it for PulseChain, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Ethereum, doesn't matter what it is. Now, here's the thing, friends. The crowd in each different crypto community, there are maxis, okay? A maxi is good to defend the temple, but it's bad as an investment strategy. Just like if you are a maxi believer in your little piece of land and you're getting invaded by a bigger country, come out to blow you out with a nuclear warhead, staying there being loyal, sure, that's good for a story. It's not good for a survival strategy, is it? It's the same thing with being a maxi. Now, here's the thing. In markets, there is constantly the pendulum swinging of people in their emotions. We have to remove that, and we have to think about, all right, I have a range of value where I think the price can be. It could be up here, it could be down here, but it's some sort of range here. Now, everybody is going to agree and disagree with each other, and it's going to be a commotion. That's what makes the marketplace. Now, I want to show you something. I never believe in a 1000x narrative. I don't care. I'm just here waiting for euphoria. I am more than happy to concede if prices are only 10x. And the whole market cycle's done. I'm happy to concede that. I don't care. It could be 2x. Hey, do we even need to go up? Okay, you just have to accept it for what it is. So my goal here is just to figure out what a fair value range is, but also not be fixated on it. If euphoria comes, and I'm seeing a lot of warning top signals, you know, Andrew Tate coin, Jim Cramer, super bullish, Coinbase, #1 app ranking, and 100 billion valuation for a meme coin, all of these, I'm going to use them as signals and go, you know what? I better start trimming because there's a high likelihood that we're running out of buyers and the market has just agreed on the values that they see and not in the bags that I think, or maybe they've, pumped up bags that I'm still holding that I thought should have been lower like a long time ago, for example. Okay, so let's use the example, friends, here of PulseChain. It's pretty much the same as, eHex, PHex, and everything else, same chart. So this is the thing, friends. Down here, I want to tell you something. Down here, when the prices were low, I was saying, look, it's shit. It's not 1000x, but prices should be higher. They should be higher than now. They're too cheap. This is capitulation. This is death. This is depression. This is stuff you want to be buying. Well, I want to be buying, not financial advice. I'm wearing bunny ears, friends. So I look at that and I think, well, I'm going to play some angel music for people out there so they understand. Remember, I said, look, it's shit. It's not worth 1000x. You think it's worth 1000x? Okay, well, anything that's not worth 1000x to you, you think it's poop? All right, well, it's poop. However, it's still cheap. It's cheap poop. You understand? This is the thing. When we're down here, the crowd doesn't really take note. Why? Because everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. Now, what happens next? A big green candle appears and we keep moving up. You see this? We keep moving up. Now, this big green candle is Richard buying, firstly. It was Richard, literally Richard buying, and then we started going up. During the green candles, I did not change my fair value valuation. You did not see me going, hey, friends, now that we've had a green weekly candle with Richard buying, I think 1000x is on the cards anymore. Wrong. I did not say that. Okay, that's not how I think. I said, you know what? I factored all of this stuff from 2022, 2023. I've already factored all of it in. You understand? Especially after the PulseChain launch and how everything was handled and stuff there too, and how the market diluted all the coins, PulseX, eHex, PHex, and the dilution effect. I factored all of that in. So when a green candle appears, I am still saying the exact same stuff. I'm saying, guess what? RectumRishel's huge. Guess what? There's a lot of poopy sharks out there that can dump. Guess what? There's nothing really to celebrate because we're nowhere near the prices that we should be at this point in time in 2024. Nothing yet, friends. I'm still reserved and conservative because, hey, we just flipped green. But I did say, guess what? Significant. You flipped green on the weekly stupid trend and you keep moving up. All right? Of course, you're excited, but the fundamentals didn't change. Now, once again, I've got to repeat to you. During that time, I am saying, guess what? We're not worth 1000x. You understand? The liquidity, the prices, you need another sacrifice. You need so many other things to repeat. And we're a cycle 2 narrative now. I don't think we're doing 1000x. I hope we do. I don't think we do. You understand? I don't think we're doing 1000x from day one sac. I don't think your $1,000 is going to turn into $1 million from day one sacrifice. All right? Now, I don't know everything. I hope it does, but I don't think so. I'm prepared for euphoria at much, much lower prices in lower range. However, prices during that time I was saying this were going up. So the crowd pays no attention to your friend Somi here when he says that. No attention. Why? Because of the drugs in your brain, the dopamine. You are optimistic. Do you understand? From the Wall Street cheat sheet. You are optimistic that you can conquer any FUD that your brain interprets, remember? Because anything counter to the narrative, you will interpret as FUD. So this is what happens, friends. We started entering this optimism place. This rally is real. You see that? That was Richard buying. Oh, he's going to use the funds now. And look what happens again. Belief. Time to get fully invested. You now believe in the ecosystem. Thrill. I'm going to buy more on margin. I'm going to use Bucks protocol to go leverage long. I'm going to go liquid loans. Euphoria. That's basically pretty much it at the top. Now, I'm aware of this every step of the way, and I am keeping a very grounded, measured approach. So you on this. At the bottoms, I said, guess what? We're not doing 1000x, okay? Wake up, smell the roses. And they smell like farts. So I DCA bought more. Go, guess what? I'm still happy. I'm still happy we're not doing 1000x. I don't care. I don't need that. Do you? Okay, maybe you got to add more of your time invested into the ecosystem if you think maybe like even a 30x is not low enough. Friends, if you invest 1 year of your living expenses into a 30x, you don't have to work for 30 years. Don't know if you can do the maths like that. Okay, so the crowd's emotions, remember, they swung from depression when I'm saying, guess what? Well, we're poop, but we should be higher. Then we start going higher, and I'm saying, guess what, man? Because we're moving up higher, this does not change my fundamental valuation. We're still poop, and we have nothing to celebrate yet. But the drugs are now in everyone's system, and everyone ignores it. Okay, everybody ignores it. Friends, no one's listening to the person when it's like literally 11:30 at night, and they're saying, hey, I'm actually going to get home. This party's about to get really wild and messy. I better go home. You guys are all doing real weird stuff now. Okay, no one listens to that person. Everyone wants to stay till 5 a.m. peaking. No one wants to leave. Do you understand? So, same thing with markets too. When the green candles came, everyone ignored. What happens when the green candles stop? When the green candles stop, me sitting there saying, guess what, friends? The buying stopped. Richard Hart just blew $14 million into PulseX, and actually we rejected, which means, I mean, you know, it was right here, friends. You saw it. He blew $14 million into PulseX up here, and we straight rejected. So there you go. Blew $14 million. Bang. Market uses him as exit liquidity. Okay. I said, guess what? That's complacency. That feels like complacency, friends, because no one is thinking, wait a minute, if we're so cheap and the biggest whale just put in $14 million, why did we reject it so fast and come back down? You see that? What happens now? The crowd and their emotions, and I'm going to use weekly candles to show you it. The crowd and their emotions, friends, this complacency pop. Now we start appearing here. And I am not a short-term trader. I do not do short-term trading. I'm here for long-term. All right, I've been holding for a very, very long time. Now that the buying stopped, I will then say, which I was saying, oh, guess what? I told yous, I thought it would not go on 1000x. I told yous, comparatively to you, it's poop. We're not doing 1000x. Okay, now I don't know anything, but just we need to go higher than now if you want us to see this 1000x. We need to be higher. Now when I'm saying it though, it is seen as FUD. Why? It's because the drugs just came into your brain, but now the drugs are leaving. And now people are seeing this red candle. You're feeling it. Okay, you're feeling it in your head. You're feeling it in your brain. And this part, friends, if you go to the Wall Street cheat sheet again, now we are in anxiety. Why am I getting margin calls? And what's this? This is people, friends, when people are anxious, they act differently. Not everyone acts the same. Some people, when they're anxious, bite their nails. Some people twiddle. Some people twitch, okay? Many people, when they get anxious, they start shaking. Look at what it's saying here. Why am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking longer than I expected. It's basically saying, right, why are we going down after Richard just bought? You know, this dip, this correction is taking longer than I thought. Shouldn't PulseX be above day one sack by now? We just inserted $20 million into the ecosystem, okay? That's anxiety. Then, look, I'm here, friends. I am seen as the bad guy because I'm like, guess what? You're anxious now. That was complacency. You're anxious. Okay, you are. You're in the emotional cycle. I'm not getting out. This is not part of my strategy. You got to accept this along the way. What happens next though? Instead of the crowd admitting that they are anxious and anxiety, they go into denial. And the denial, which you saw, was, shout out to Matty Allen, making a poll. He says, what's the reason for the PulseChain prices going down pretty much? I forgot what it was. Don't paraphrase me. First response, Somi. And I laughed. I was like, me. Okay, did you not see the founder tweet his own coin down 80% and dig his heels in? Me? I was like, oh, man. So, friends, see, when I saw that, I was in shock. I'm like, oh, man, you guys are in denial. Obviously, it took a few minutes for me to realize what was going on. I was like reading it in bed. I'll go, me? I was like, oh, man. That's why I'm like, why am I pissed off? I'm like, because that means I really was right, wasn't I? But he's like, you are in denial, which means I guess here comes panic and capitulation and anger. Look, panic. Poop. Everybody is selling. I need to get out. Yes, panic. Oh, my gosh. That everyone's watching Ethereum's price top out from Richard's buy, go down. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, everyone's selling because Ethereum's going down. E-Hex and P-Hex, there's just no future. That's what everyone's attitude and emotion is, all right? So if we go back to this chart again, all right, remember this whole time I have had the same view. I've literally been posting the same stuff. You know, friends, did an experiment. Go find it. I posted about RectumRishel's big account here, and then I posted it here. Guess what? Oh, no, it was RectumRishel's big account here, and then I posted it on red candles here, and then if you talk about it now, people lose their minds again. Guess what? Because the candles are going up here, no one cared, positive support. Candles were going down here, people lost their minds, and now if you talk about it, you're seen as like an ultimate doom fodder. Guess what? Same information. Same information. RectumRishel has $135 million in the ecosystem. He can dump a lot, and if you do 100x for him, he's got $13 billion. He can take everything out of the liquidity pool himself. It doesn't matter how much you pull the liquidity on the upside. You understand? If that was too fast, friends, go back, rewind, watch it, because that's actually true. Yes, I know Richard made a tweet. Some people thought he was talking to me. He goes, hey, what if I theoretically pulled the liquidity and pumped the price up? I go, yeah, but okay, yeah. What if RectumRishel theoretically every time you inserted $100 million, dumped $100 million? You know what I mean? You can play with theoreticals all you want, friends. I don't really care. Now, you see this? What I just said to you, you interpret that as negative. Why? Because we are on the back of 3 red weekly candles. Do you understand that? If the chart was here and I just said to you, hey, RectumRishel can do this. If the chart was up there, I guarantee you would not be interpreting in your brain what I'm saying as FUD, right? The same information. You would be feeling optimistic. You would be saying, it doesn't matter because if RectumRishel wants to dump, he'll pay for a bigger campaign spree. He'll pay for exchange listings. He's not going to dump $100 million. He'll dump $1 million, give it to Binance, get it listed, and then he can dump more orderly and do OTC orders. You see that? I've literally gone through the same information, but when the candles are red and the crowd's on the downswing, it's FUD. But when the candles are green, it doesn't matter. It's another wall of worry we can climb in the bull market. Guess what? Who was the constant, friends? The constant, this information here. It's pretty much what I am. I know it's, friends, it's complicated for new people coming in, but that's why in markets, you're not trading fundamentals of anything. You're actually just trading human emotions. That's what you're trading. So when you see candles go down like this, right? And I bring up to you the Wall Street cheat sheet again. Capitulation, right? You're seeing, this is right, capitulation. This is like hex alerts now. Hex alerts, shout out to Hex alerts. He blocked me. Friends, if I block you on Twitter in 99.9% of cases, it's because you blocked me and I need just a reminder that you drink soy, right? Because I've just got to block you, go, okay, that person drinks soy. They blocked me first, just so I know in the future, okay? You know what's funny? About every month, I get a DM from someone like, hey, bro, I accidentally unblocked you. Can you block me, please? I go, yeah, what happened now? What happened now? Oh, highest value content in crypto, but you couldn't take it? All right, well, welcome to the friendship call, okay? Now, capitulation, friends, Mr. Hex whale alerts saying E-Hex going to 0. That's what I'm just feeling, right? And then anger. You're feeling it right now. Everyone's like, why did you make me miss the bull market and stuff? Guess what, friends? You're on a ride, man. You're on a ride. I don't know if the ride's going to be rocky. I don't know if you're going to get there earlier or later. That's it. You're on a boat. You're sailing. You see the coconut bra wearing babes playing the Hawaiian music with the flutes and hula hoops and violins and stuff. How to get a violin on the island, no one knows. But they're over there in the island, and you don't know how it's going to... You maybe get seasick. We don't know. Maybe a shark comes in. Okay. All these things. You can't control that. All you know is, all right, I'm in, I'm waiting to the end. That's why Richard knows this too, right? He says no expectations. You see that? Hey, he goes, no expectations of what this Friday is going to be like. Could be down 100%, plus 1,000%. He doesn't know. Okay, it's just no one knows. No expectations of people to do the work. No expectations of how it's going to go, or anybody to be catalysts along the way to get you there. So that's pretty much where we get to it. So what I've just showed you is this emotional cycle where the crowd is constantly, see, new information keeps coming in, friends, and the crowd's trying to like price it in. And the earliest people trying to price it in, and the middle people and the late people. And that's basically, it's a pendulum swinging back and forth. However, if you just see from your perspective and see this line up and to the right, that's pretty much we are like starting here, which is the bear market. We're just hoping when we're around up here, euphoria signals appear. You know, Andrew Tate, Ty Lopez coins, other grifters coming out, Coinbase #1 app. That's pretty much it. You see this? It's a period of time. It's a time continuum. We don't know where our prices will be. Okay, imagine this line as the average market price. Okay, now you hope that your crypto bags are at the top here, above the line. Okay, but there is a chance you just have to accept. Guess what? We could be euphoria at this time cycle, but you could be below the line. Your dot could be below here. Everybody's trying to punt up the top, but you know, if you grab everyone's average, they're around going to be the middle line. Okay, that's pretty much what we're here. We're here spending 18 hours a day to do this. That's why I look for deep value, contrarian, buy low investments. That's why we participate in VVV Launchpad, paid Launchpad, all these other things, or meme coins, altcoins, trying to get in other coins community, or early, all these thousands of things going on. You understand this. So this journey, friends, you got to live this journey with me. This is literally what it's like for me to sit in the squeaky chair every day. Every day, I'm like, wow, they don't even remember 30 days ago, they ignored this information. And now it's fun. Let's just see this back and forth, back and forth. Now, luckily for you, I don't get affected. Like when people come out, people ask me all the time, friends, people in real life being like, hey, bro, I saw some comments, man. I'm like, yeah, let me guess. An anonymous person who's never added any value to my life or your life or helped us with anything is just talking shit on the internet. Wow, how are we ever going to get over that, friends? It's the same thing over and over again. Who are these people? Add no value. That's it, though. But I love it. I love it, friends. It's a process. It's a process. This is the markets. Why do I love it? People ask me to, why do you love it? It's because it's a reflection that humans are still human. The last thing I want to see is everyone become a robot. If everyone becomes a robot, we're finished. That means you can't read anything. That means the emotional swings of the market are compressed volatility and it just prices itself slowly over time. You don't get cheap prices. You don't get expensive prices. You have to freaking pay your dues with time like everyone else, but you end up at the average. Okay, so that's why you have to love this. And if you don't love it, I hope I'm helping you love it, friends. You're telling me, I don't run away when there's capitulation. I get louder. I love this, man. Friends, on this chart, you all playing for here, okay? That's what you're playing for. The good feel-good time. I am playing for here. I make all my money here. I buy everything and I try to figure out how aggressive I can be. Now, here's the thing. I make more content in capitulation, anger, and depression phases. I make more content, and it's interesting. When I do, the accusations of somebody's lost his mind and you just got to take a break from the internet, dude. You just got to take a break. Just walk away. You lose your mind, dude. Like, no, you're losing your mind. You want to retire. You're here to make money. The prices are at your retirement entry prices. I'm making an increased volume, frequency, number of videos and posts and showing you all these and showing you how logic doesn't make up here and everyone's irrational and illogical. I'm showing you all these. But because the candles are so red, the best response some people can think about is, well, you got to take a break. Or no, it's not working. Or this. But that's beautiful, friends. I love it. You have to love that. That's literally a bunch of losers have just come out with their blood test results and it came out S for soy. And you're like, wow, I'm going to smash it then. Thank you very much. Okay, so when they told me that, because we've got to remember, I can't think like a retailer all the time. So I need to speak to people and feel out in people in a very non-sexual, consensual way. Everybody's sound on a dotted line. Okay, I've got to feel people. I'm like, how do you feel right now? I go, whoa, you're in denial, man. You think I was the one who called the price down? Okay, I don't take it personally. I'm like, oh, okay, now I see where we are. See what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do because I don't have denial. I don't have denial. Look, What I've just shared with you, you might need to watch this again because basically this is literally every single freaking anything in markets and speculation and the crowd's emotions swinging up and down. Okay, trust me, at the very, very end, the euphoria will be so undeniably large, undeniably huge, and everybody will be undeniably naked. You will be publicly crucified for saying, maybe it's time to hop off this boat. You will be. Okay. Right now, you look like a genius everywhere. Okay. At that point, you'll know. Like, subscribe, belly button, and all. Don't forget to love you. Catch you soon.